Okay.
I can send it to you. You had said something about like your vacation really helped you realize like a lot of things and maybe what's been kind of holding you back and what you'd like to work towards. So what does that mean for you?
I don't know. It was kind of a whole different, it was a weird, and I've been thinking about it all day today. It was a very different experience, I guess. First of all, I've never been away from home that long, but it kind of gave me, I don't know, it made me realize more how stressful my job is and how like different things are without having that stress, I guess. And just, I mean, and then being able to go places and not have to like schedule the time off, and just everything. There's so many aspects of it that, I mean, I thought about, oh, that's all I thought about the whole time was like Beachbody stuff. And I was like, I have to do this. Like there's no, and one thing that happened too before we left was, there's just been, in the office that I work at, it's been crazy, like just crazy with, I mean, and it's not even anything, I don't know how to explain it, just with other people. Like I've been having lots of problems with the people that I work with, and like I've been in my boss's office, like with the other girls and just like supervisors and stuff, just having problems with people, and just, it's very emotionally and mentally draining, and it's almost like, I don't even know what the word is. It's just bad all around. And I think that's part of it, is that when I come home, like I'm so exhausted mentally that I just, yeah, like that's part of the reason that I get so tired when I come home, is because it's just so much emotionally, and because it's a constant struggle with people and opinions and just what, I mean, there's no organization to our office. And I just like, there's so many times where I'm just like, I just want to leave here and just be done with it. And, but it's with that. And then with, I mean, Luke's got wrestling stuff in now, and it's just trying to figure out, I'm still trying to figure out I guess, plan of some sort. And then like how to kind of do everything.
Okay.
I don't know, like I was trying to figure out before, like some sort of a system that works. And I've done a lot of different things, but I haven't really stuck to anything or found anything that works. But then at the same time, I kind of figured out that I don't really have any relationships with anybody like built to where I can go and talk to them about a program or something without feeling like I'm being salesy or something.
Okay.
And then that kind of brought on me like thinking about just having relationships and conversations with people in general, and like working on building those skills to, I mean, then to lead it to where I can kind of bring up whatever the coaching opportunity or things like that.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when I'm reaching out to people, it's like the first time I've talked to them in a really long time, or I don't even remember when the last time I've talked to them is. And then I think about if that was me, I would be like, this is weird. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this person never talked to me before, and then she wants me to get on some program. Of course it's going to be, you know.
Okay. So what do you think, do you think diving into personal development that deals with like maybe Grow Pro or something like that, that's helping you to build those relationships and talk with people would be good?
I don't know that's what I've been trying to find, something that deals with that. And that, I don't know, GoPro, I don't know if that's the one. I think I just listened to GoPro. Is that the one by Eric Worre?
Mm-hmm.
I think I just listened to that one again. And that one doesn't really, I mean, it kind of does, but it doesn't really expand on that a lot.
Okay. So, GoPro, and then also Danny Johnson, her scripts. Those are all really good with building relationships and forming and talking with people and, you know, building that connection. But really it's going to come down taking that action. You know, if your intentions are truly to sit down and to help people, and you sit down and you have that in your mindset when you sit down to message those people, that's how you're going to come across. You're going to come across as genuine and that your intentions are good rather than your intentions being salesy or like you're just trying to push product on people. If you go in with, I need to make money, I need to hit Success Club, I got to do this, I got to do that with a motive, then you're going to come across as salesy and pushy. But if you come in and you say, you know, I just want to reach out and start connecting with people and see if this can maybe help them, maybe, you know, maybe they're interested in something like this, but they're afraid to reach out to you. If you sit down with those good, genuine intentions, that's how you're going to come across in the conversation. But the more that you do that, the more that you practice that, the easier that becomes. Does that make sense? The more that you take action on that and you practice, you'll start to find your voice. Because like I have, I don't know if you've seen it lately, but I added a photo album into our team page, and it has like screenshots of me talking with people and exactly how I word things.
Becky stole my dad.
Okay, I'm on a phone call, and that's not important right now, okay? So you can check those out. I put screenshots in how to invite somebody to a challenge group and talking with somebody there, and then also the coaching opportunity. There's 2 different albums that have screenshots in them that might help too. But really, it's just getting yourself out there. Make sure you're getting into the personal development, though, because that's huge. You didn't participate in the 28-day challenge with Dr. Coit Cooper, did you? That just went.
No, and that's something else, too, that I kind of get overwhelmed with is, like, I have a hard time keeping up with, like, stuff that's going on in our group. And then I'm like, well, do I need to do this, too? And I need to do this, too? And I need to do this? And it's like there's so much.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, where do I need to focus my attention more so than other areas?
Right.
I might need something else, and I'm like, well, then I'm like, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would do is if you feel overwhelmed in groups, I would turn the notifications off in the groups, and then I would just make a list, like which groups are a priority for you to check in. Like obviously our group is a priority because I've been posting in there at least once a day most of the time. And then that way you're checking in. You maybe not getting all the notifications that are overwhelming you. And do you know how to do that?
Is it like just in the settings of your
I think
Facebook?
You go into the group. So like if you go into our group and see the notifications button here, you can do highlights, friends posts, or off. I would turn them off so that you have, like I have an order over here on my left hand side. You can change these orders by hitting this button here, and it says rearrange.
Okay.
I check into these groups in order each day so that way you have a list of, okay, and I would set a timer, like, okay, I'm going to spend 5 minutes looking in Team Living Healthy and Fit and look at what I need to really look at, see what Corey posted for the day that she highlighted or whatever. And then if you need to come back and watch a video or something like that, you can always do that. Maybe write that on your to-do, like, okay, this video is 30 minutes. I can fit it in here, you know, when you have your calendar out. And then I would go into, like, I don't know what other groups you're participating in right now, but let's say you have a challenge group, then that'll be second on your list. And then you'll go in, you'll check and see what people have posted for the day. You can engage on a couple of comments, and then you can get out. You don't have to be in your groups all the time, and you don't have to be in the team group all the time. That's just there for resources, but there are things that are important that you're going to get kind of left behind if you aren't watching the videos and seeing what's working for people right now, or seeing some new scripts that we're using, or maybe a sale that's going on. All those types of things are very important, but we don't want that to consume our day or to overwhelm us, right? So you'll just have them in order of, you know, what works for you to tap into. And I try to tag everybody in the really important stuff. Another thing I wanted to point out to you is on this picture here, I'm going to update this leaderboard a couple times a month. My goal is to update that every week. But you'll see here that I changed the description of the photo, and that's all of our important things so that you have it at easy access. You're not searching what is coach relations, what is customer service, what's the national wake-up call, you know, all that. Our weekly, or our team call for the first and the third Wednesday of the month, the link is there too. This Google Drive, somebody said is not working, so I have to look into it, but I basically took all the important files from our files tab. Like they're files that are already in our group, but there's so many of them now that sometimes it gets just tedious to try and sift through all of them. So what I did is like the 21-day posting script and the social media posting calendar, and just things that are more important that people are using more often, I put in one location so that they're a little bit easier to find. And then my scheduling link to schedule a call. But just things that are kind of, that you're going to use on a more continuous basis, I tried to put in one location so it's easy for everybody to find.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll help because like I would come across my notifications. I'll be like, oh, I need to go back and look at that later. Or I'll be like, oh, I need to make sure. And then I like forget, or I don't. Like, I completely missed her team call last week. I mean, we were gone and stuff, but still, it was,
Yeah.
it just was out of,
Yeah, out of sorts. Yeah, so that's what I would do, is just on your calendar, like if that's, maybe you want to do that first thing in the morning, and check yesterday's stuff, or maybe you want to do it, you know, right before you go to bed. You can kind of scroll, and then you can kind of set up your day. Like, okay, Corey shared this 30-minute video that I really should watch. When can I fit it in this week? You know, what day? And then write it on your calendar so that you don't forget and you can go back to it. And maybe put the name of the video, because I share quite a few through the week, so you don't want to like be like, oh crap, what was that video again? And just turn those notifications off, because it will overwhelm you if you don't just, I mean, just go into them when you need to. You know what I mean? I would do that. Another thing that I've done that's really, really helping me is I have everything in my phone. So my calendar has my 3 posts per day, and 15 minutes before my post needs to go. And it varies. Like my first post of the day is always scheduled through Buffer because it's at like 6:30 in the morning. But so I have that already rolled out. But then my mid-morning post, I will get a reminder like 15 minutes before. And then I just have that set indefinitely until I change it. And then my noonish post is going to give me a reminder. And because you're at work and you can't sit there and like create them necessarily right then and there, it might be good to like on Sundays or on the weekend sometime when you have some time to kind of plan out what your posts are going to be for the week, and then have them ready, you know, maybe in your notes section of your phone, type out what you're going to say to that picture. And then you can literally just like, if you run to the bathroom really quick, you can just copy, paste, boom, it's up. That way you're not feeling like, oh man, like I got to get this up. What do I say? What should I? But, and I know that we talked about doing a schedule before, and you always do like Punchy Friday, and, you know, that's something that you do always, which is good. So I would just create that schedule, and then you'll have an idea, okay, I have to make this sort of post because it's always stays the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I find myself, I mean, I knew this before, but I always overthink things, and it takes me forever to post things, and I'm like, just do it and post it and stop, because it takes me forever.
Well, it takes forever, like, and then you'll find that the more that you just speak from your heart and stop analyzing it, you're going to get more engagement. If I sit there and I mess with a post too much, or I try to think about it too much, or I go back and I alter it or whatever and keep editing it, I won't get nearly as much engagement as if I just let it go. If I just speak from the heart, how I'm feeling at that moment, or, you know, what I've accomplished or what I've been struggling with or whatever, and just let it go, you get so much more engagement that way than if you try and make it perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that you recently finished the 30-day push with Shalene. right? Did you finish
I
that?
did that a while ago. I don't know.
Didn't do much.
Not much. It was okay. It's just a lot of, it was kind of, I don't know what the word is. Like, just kind of like, I think more towards long-term goals kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It didn't really help a lot. But then, and that's what I was going to say, with her and with Danny Johnson, whenever I listen to their like podcasts and stuff, it's like they're always promoting their program. And then I feel like, well, how am I going to afford this program? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I need to get, I guess, find their resources that are more content, that have more content rather than promoting their programs. You know what I mean?
Well, their podcasts are just like a little snippet, and then, you know, obviously going to promote their full program or whatever that you're listening to.
Yeah.
Something that I recently started doing is listening to Darren Daily, and you can register for that online. It's Darren Hardy's daily video. It's like it's 5 minutes or less, and it'll come to your email or by text, and you just listen to that. And it has something to do with entrepreneurship or dreaming or goals or moving forward, that sort of thing. And they're really good. So that might be something that you like. He doesn't promote anything other than just, you know, helping you to keep on track and a daily motivational video, basically. So you can do that. The other thing I was going to suggest is that most of us just finished up that 28-day challenge. We're wrapping that up. And that's been really, really cool. It's kind of like the push. You start off with identifying what your dreams are, which would be your long-term goals, is how he identifies your dreams. What your dreams are, like what you really want to accomplish in life. And then once you've identified your dreams, the following week, you start talking about your goals. So what our goals are like within 1 to 5 years. Like, what can you do over the next 5 years that's going to help you get to your dreams? And then you even modify down into what can we do over the next year to work towards those goals? Like, what are the actions that we can take to take steps towards those goals, which then inevitably will help us get to our dreams. And he breaks it all down. That might be something, it's free. This is probably the last time that he's going to offer it for free. After that, it's going to be $199 for the 28 days. You can still register. It's just CoytCooper.com, and you can register for his 28-day challenge. It's the links in our page too. But there again, it is a Facebook group, but you can turn off the notifications. It could just be one of your groups. Each day he has a video, but it's literally like 3 to 5 minutes at most. So it doesn't take, I mean, you could listen to it on your way home because he's talking about what you're going to work on. And each task only takes, a few minutes a day. But what he basically has you doing is in the mornings, you're waking up, you're writing out your goals for the year. What your action goals that you're working on right now that are going to help you get to your bigger goals. You write out a gratitude list every morning, and you do some personal development reading first thing in the morning before your day starts. And then you can do it in the morning. I do mine in the evening, where you journal. So you reflect upon your day, like how did you do working towards your goals? Did you take steps forward, or did you maybe, were you too tired when you got home from work? To kind of reflect and put yourself in perspective and be honest with yourself. Are you taking those steps or are you not? So, it might be something that you enjoy doing because I really think that having the vision and believing in your goals is the foundation. If you don't have big goals that you really want that are going to make you do things even when you're tired or you're mentally drained, that should fuel. If you want the freedom, if you want to be able to go to Florida and just take vacation and not have to worry about all that stress at work, let that be your fuel. Don't let that tear you down to where you stay there for the rest of your life. Let that be your fuel to make this happen, even if it's for 30 minutes a day. Look, I'm going to come home. You tell the boys, I'm coming home. I'm doing this, this, and this. Give me 30 minutes. Leave me alone. And do it. Do your 3 reach outs. Do your 3 follow-ups. And do your 3 invites. And do your personal development. If you make that happen consistently every single day, and you have everybody on board with you to understand that, look, I just need this 30 minutes. We have a lot going on. There's not a whole lot of wiggle room in our schedule because we have so much going on with the family, which is great, but I want to do something bigger for us. So I need this 30 minutes a day of working this. And I promise you it'll make a huge change. You will start to see improvement quickly. You just have to take that action and make that happen. You've got to make it a priority.
Yeah, I do my personal development every day. I listen to it on the way to work and then on the way home. So it's at least an hour every day.
Oh.
And then it's just, like I said, my kind of talking to people. But that makes a lot of sense what you said about your motive needs to be, because I get in spurts where I'm like, I need to make some money now, so I need to go talk to people, and it's like that doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, because you're going to come across as salesy because you're not really listening. You know, your motive is you. Your motive is you're envisioning income for you and what your goals are, what your needs are. When you change that mindset and you put the focus on the person, how can I help them improve their life? How can I make them feel better about themselves? You will reward from that big time, but you have to shift that mindset and make the focus them. If you make the focus them and you are consistent with your 3s, inviting 3, reaching out to 3, and following up with 3 every single day, at least 5 to 6 days a week, I promise you the money, growing your team in the Success Club will come. You don't even have to think about it anymore because you're doing the steps to get there. So your focus no longer becomes that because you're building that consistency and being genuine and reaching out to people and helping them improve their life. And once you start getting feedback that you are helping them, it just fuels you even more. And you feel even better, and you know that what you're doing, you're on the right path. It's helping somebody. It's the right thing to do.
I wonder, is there any books or anything that's specifically on that, like kind of shifting your mindset and your, I guess, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what I'm trying to say.
So focus on the person rather than on your income. Well, I know, and I think you shared it. The Jen Scenario had that really good that mindset. Did you share that? I think you did in the group.
Who was it?
Jen Scenario. She's who wrote You Are a Badass.
Oh, yeah.
And she did the Shift Your Mindset. Maybe you need to listen to that again.
I listened to that book, I think, twice now. And that's one of the
she had that webinar that was specifically on shifting your mindset.
Yeah. And I think, it might sound a little crazy, but I have to listen to those things repeatedly.
Yeah, no, because you can only take in so much, especially if you're driving and you have other things on your mind. But it's okay because you're still absorbing it.
Yeah.
The other thing is that 28-day challenge, that book that you read along that Dr. Coit Cooper wrote, Impressions. It is all about personal branding and how you are branding yourself to help people. Yes, you're focusing on you and you're branding yourself, but it's all about shifting your mindset into helping other people. So that might be a good first step, and really just focusing on that for right now and slowly getting yourself back into building those relationships. Honestly, it's the end of the year. This is the hardest time of the year for our business because nobody's focusing on nutrition. Nobody's focusing on working out. Everybody's thinking about, I have no money because I'm going, I've got holidays coming up. The food's going to be junk. We're busy. We have party after party after party. I'll start after the new year. So if you take this time to really pour fuel on your relationships and building those relationships and talking with people, come January, you're going to be on fire. Because you took the time to care and you took the time to build those relationships with people. Our call this past week was from Darren Hardy. I won a call to sit in on with Darren Hardy last week or 2 weeks ago. And it was all on pick 12 people and nourish the hell out of those relationships. pick 12 people or more, but just really love those people and grow those relationships and make that connection again. And then you can invite them and share with them, but really, really pour fuel on those relationships and building those connections again.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think because I had something and now I can't remember what it was. It was like with the shifting your mindset thing. I don't know. I guess, and like part of it is maybe like having the confidence in I guess, like that I have the ability to do that, like to help somebody accomplish their goals and stuff. I don't know how yeah, like just knowing how to kind of talk to somebody about like getting them to open up and like talk to them about their goals and their stuff like that.
Use a
Like
script.
Yeah.
Use the posting script for the 21-day fix. That's what I use.
Yeah, I mean, like before, like in more of like building relationship part, like before.
Okay, so you were saying like their goals and stuff, which is part of that script, is like asking them about.
Yeah, but kind of
before inviting them, you mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, Emily, all I do is I go to somebody's Facebook page and I check and see what they're doing on a daily basis, and I will like one of the. I'm not going to go through their news or their page and like a bunch of things, because then they'll know that I was stalking them. But I'll go through and I'll look at things that are going on, and then I'll like one of their pictures that is a recent picture that resonates with me or something I'm going to bring up in conversation. And then I'll shoot them a message and I'll be like, hey girl, like, how are things going? I just happened to see this blah, blah, blah pop up in my news feed, and it made me think of you and wondered how things were going, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I wait for them to message me back, and they'll say, oh yeah, like I love that picture too. It was so funny. Usually it's something funny or something to get the conversation going. And just say like, how are things going? Are you guys getting ready for the holidays? Like there's always something to talk about. Like right now I'm asking a lot of people about the holidays. Like, are you excited for the holidays? Do you have plans? Are you going out of town? Are you visiting family? Like just questions like that, and it doesn't have to go, necessarily anywhere right away. But just ask questions. Ask about them. If they have kids, like ask what grade their kids are in now and how they're enjoying school. And then maybe say something like, Luke is really loving wrestling and it keeps us really busy, but it's a lot of fun too. And just.
And that's the other thing too, is kind of like, that's not, I don't know. This is the way I see it. People are going to be like, why is this girl messaging me? She hasn't messaged me any time before. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just, it seems like looking from the other side, it would seem out of character for me.
Yeah.
Well, not that, I don't know.
Well, that's what you have to decide. Honestly, it's a little uncomfortable. Like to me, that sounds like you're uncomfortable because you're afraid of what they're going to say. What are they going to say? Really, they're either not going to respond, which doesn't happen very often, or they say, oh my gosh, like I haven't talked to you in forever. Like, how are you? And it's so nice to hear from you, or whatever. Try to think positive, but that's going to hold you back if you keep trying to think about
they worry about what they say or what they think or whatever. Yeah.
Who cares? I had a girl the other day say to me, she said, I asked if I could friend her because she was a suggested friend, and she goes, oh, I know that you're involved in some pyramid scheme thing, so no, but thanks, and good luck with you and your adorable family. She went to high school with PJ, and I said, oh, what did I said something back to her, and I said, I'm sorry for bothering you, and I'll assume that you're sorry for accusing me for being involved in illegal activity. Whatever. And she goes, please don't contact me again. No problem. Click delete. Who cares? She has nothing to do with my life. So, yeah, really. But there's going to be people that once in a while, but honestly, that's the first person. And like my stomach was in pits because I'm like, I shouldn't respond like that. But I was so pissed that she doesn't know me and she accused me of being involved in illegal activity that I was pissed. So that's not normally how I would respond to somebody. And I don't ever get something negative like that. Like that seriously is probably the first time in almost 2 years. Normally, and that's like the oddest way to reach out to people is when you're asking to be their friend. Like that's the most uncomfortable because you're not friends with them. And I do it all the time, and it's just like, no, do we know each other? And I'm like, I don't think so, but it looks like we have a lot of friends in common or whatever. If they say no, fine. If they don't respond, that's fine too. But if they say yes, then I wouldn't have had that yes had I not asked. And I wouldn't have the potential of helping that person lead a healthier, happier lifestyle if I wouldn't have asked. So practice on the people that you're already friends with. Just make that connection. And if they don't want to talk, and sometimes they do want to talk, they just don't have Messenger. I don't know how many people have told me recently that, oh my God, like I just now see your message because my phone is completely full and I don't have enough memory to download the Messenger app. So I only see my messages when I get on the computer or whatever. So don't take that necessarily as a negative. But you have to shift that mindset, because if you keep worrying about what they're going to say, like, is it going to ruin your day if they don't respond? I mean, just move on. Right. Yeah. So, I mean, there's so many people out there, but if you believe in what we're doing and the cause and that we can really help people, then that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if people think we're a pyramid scheme or if people think we're just trying to sell some gimmick, whatever. That's their belief because they don't really know. Or that's their fear because they don't know. You have to love the biggest thing that I learned from Kelly when I was where you're at and I was trying to move forward is you have to love people where they're at. Some people are not ready to grasp this concept. Some people are not ready to make big changes in their life. Some people are comfortable, and that's fine. But you want bigger things for your life and you want better things for your life. Not that your life isn't good, but you just want bigger and better things. And not everybody's like that. That's what makes us different. That's what makes us different and is going to set us apart. And what's going to set us even further apart is taking action and moving ourselves forward so that we can grow even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just woosah and do it.
Yeah.
It's freeing once you do. It's kind of like that first time that you share your story and it's kind of scary, but then once you do it, you feel better. And you're like, oh, that's kind of nice to let that out there.
And I think I kind of need to, I don't know, block out a lot of the stuff that happens at work and not not just leave it not take it so personally and just kind of, I don't know, do something kind of about that situation so I can focus better and more on this part. And then I kind of get where I get overwhelmed and I'm like, I haven't been spending enough time with Luke or with his homework or stuff. And then I'm like, I think it was right before we went on vacation where I didn't do anything. I didn't look at any of the notifications or anything. And I'm like, I just need to focus on his schoolwork and do this and that. But it's not about wiping out one thing or the other. It's about finding the kind of the balance. And I think this will help too, just with the groups. And it might sound little, but with the Back to Basics group, which I like, but it's a lot of notifications and stuff. And then with it's just hard to kind of keep track of everything.
Yeah.
So yeah,
just turn all those off and then check into your groups once a day and define what time that is, whether it's on your lunch break while you're at work or it's first thing in the morning as you're laying there kind of waking up, or if it's in the evening right before you go to bed and you can kind of plan for your days in the upcoming week. That's fine, but you have to make your family time a priority. That is something I really struggled to find the balance with, and I would do good for a little while, and then PJ would be like, you need to put the phone down, because you just get sucked in, and then you kind of forget, and you don't, I'm hustling right now because I want to spend time with my kids, but I don't want to hustle so much that I lose out on what they're doing right now, right?
Yeah.
Because as a mom, that makes you sad. You want to be present. So I would say, typically from the time I get home at 4:30 until like 7-ish, when I'm making my evening post, my phone's down. I am not touching it. I am not engaging in it. I might put a post workout, because we typically have been working out at like 4:35. I might quickly put a workout pic in my group. That's it. But you have to define that time. You have to pick what's important and make sure that that time stays that time. And then, you know, after Luke goes to bed, you know, if you can fit in a half an hour or an hour, then, you know, just really put focus time then do it. But don't be attached all the time, because you will find yourself suffering and really struggling because you can't find that balance to nurture both things.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think that turning off your notifications and just having a set time during the day that you're going to go in, check everything, see what, you know, what's been posted, what you need to really engage with and what you don't. Honestly, if you're not, there's not a whole lot going on in Team Illuminate. There's really nothing going on in there that I'm not, if it's that important, I'm sharing it with you girls. That you could just leave that group if you want. That group is so overwhelming with so many people, and sometimes it's really not, you know, some of the stuff is just like real, like it could have been Googled or something like that really doesn't need to be in there. So, or just at least turning your notifications off on that group for sure. And then you can, if you want the resources and stuff, that's fine too. But I would definitely start there and really sit down and see where you have your time and where you can fit in. And if it works better that you can do 15 minutes here and you can do 15 minutes there, like Erica Petrowski, because she is a busy mom too, she does her business in 15-minute increments where she'll sit down, she'll maybe do her reach outs the first 15 minutes, and then, you know, a couple hours later she'll sit down for 15 minutes and she'll do her follow-ups, and then, you know, a couple hours later 15 minutes on her invites. So she breaks it up through the day because that's what she can find the balance with. And if you need to do something like that, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be a power hour. Just know that you need to get your 3 vital behaviors in, which you're getting your workouts in, you're doing your personal development. So really we just need to find the balance with your 3s. And that's pretty easy, because really, if you think about it, like, how long does it take? You don't have to get sucked into a conversation with somebody. How long does it really take to message 9 people? Not that long. I mean, you could probably message 9 people in 10 to 15 minutes if you really wanted to go balls to the walls and just do it. But really create a schedule for yourself, and, you know, maybe writing out a new why list.
Mm-hmm.
You know, identify that motivator. What do you want? What do you want this to mean for you? Okay. And if you are up for it, I would love to set up a call with Kelly, with the 3 of us, and do some sort of 3-way call in the next week or 2. Let me see what her schedule looks like. And then, you know, just to help you even further, get you moving forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried to, I texted her when I was down there, and I was going to try to meet up with her, but it just didn't work out. She had something going on, but I was just going to try to kind of get in contact with her, but I know she's busy with her moving stuff too. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's just, yeah. Gotta get
probably do it
out of my pit that I've been stuck in, but yeah.
You can do it. I would love nothing more than to see you succeed with this, because I know you can do it. You just have to get out of your own head. You just got to get out of your own head, girl.
I know.
You just got to do it.
And that's what I think too. I spend so much time like looking for resources and stuff like that too, and I'm like,
just do it.
I don't know what I'm looking for anymore. I'm like, there's got to be something for this and something for that and something for this, and it's like, just do something.
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah.
Just take action and set your intentions for what they are and take action.
Now, is this other group, you said he's going to have another group now or not? No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
December. He will have a group starting in December, and then I think after that it's going to be $199 for the 28 days.
Okay. So go to the link on your site, on the team site.
On the team page, it's on there somewhere, but it's just Coyte, Coyte. Let's see if I can screen share really quick. CoyteCooper.com, and then it'll say 28-day challenge or whatever. Let's see here.
Now we have to have the book.
Yes. It's $10.
Okay. On Amazon or like how do you on that his site?
And
Okay.
actually on his site, it links right to Amazon. See, it's CoyteCooper.com. And then 28-day growth challenge. And then
Okay.
there's the Beachbody registration right there.
Okay.
But it's right there. And then you'll get an email with all the information and how to get the book and all that. So yeah, it's only like $10.
Okay.
So it's pretty cheap. It's a good book, and he gives you like action things to do in the book too. So cool.
Yep.
All right. Let's I'm gonna get with Kelly and see, as soon as we can get a call, I'm gonna look at her Acuity scheduler and what works for me to do a Zoom chat too. We'll get that figured out, and then I would love to touch base once a week. If you can just go ahead and go to the Acuity scheduler, and we'll get another call set up and do Zooms for a few weeks, and just to touch base, if nothing else, see where you're kind of struggling and where we can put some more focus.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, girly. Well, if I don't talk to you, happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, are you guys coming to Fit Club this weekend?
I think so.
Keiston's been missing Luke so much. Every week, is Luke going to be there, Mom? And I'm like, well, they're in Florida, buddy, so not this week. And he's like, oh.
Yeah, we should be there on Saturday.
All right, cool. Well, wear your apparel or whatever team you're rooting for this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I don't